Hey guys, and we're back again with the iconic Kris Ikon, and we're going to talk today a little bit about his event that's coming up. So, if you haven't seen previous interviews, you would know that he is the general manager over at New Era Wrestling in Shelbyville, Indiana. So, how are you feeling today, Kris?
Pretty good. Just kind of sitting at home relaxing. What are you guys up to?
Oh, we're doing our thing, not much. Went to a birthday party earlier.
Exciting.
Hell yeah. All right. So from what I am seeing, it looks like you guys have an event coming up this next weekend on July 15th. You got Meltdown coming. How are you feeling
Absolutely.
as that? How are you feeling about that?
Oh, I'm excited for it. There's going to be some really, really good matches. I'm really looking forward to Anthony Totelli and Jacob Rose getting in the ring together again. Those two are both exciting, exciting wrestlers.
I noticed that Mr. Rose has 3 titles now.
He's running around out there collecting them, I guess.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm kind of anxious to see that one as well. Is there any other exciting matches coming up,
Oh,
or
I
do
don't
we
have the
need to be there
card.
to see?
Yeah, this is going to be one of those shows that you really have to be there because things kind of come together so fast that I haven't been on top of the social media presence. But of course, you're going to see all the mainstays, the 8-bit punks. Our world champion Hillbilly Jed's going to be there. Jordan Dye. I don't know if people are excited to see Mr. Dye, but he's going to be there. I think it's just going to be another really solid show.
Oh hell yeah. I also heard about Jed making a GCW appearance. How did that go for him?
He said it went really well. Jed is such a humble guy, so he's not really going to brag. He just said that it went really well and he had a good time. I've seen pictures and videos and stuff, and it seemed like the crowd really took to him. They were chanting Jed CW, and I think that's way cooler than GCW.
That is freaking awesome. All right. Um, so I'm gonna go get into some fun questions now.
Okay.
Okay. So, what makes NEW different from the rest of the competition? How do you guys feel that you draw in your crowds?
That's actually a really good question. I'd have to say it's the overall talent of the show. You know, guys like Jacob Rose, who we mentioned, and the 8-bit punks. You guys met the original Sins. We have a women's division that's really starting to take off right now. Plus, we try to keep it family friendly. That way, everybody from 8 to 58, 68 can come and enjoy a show.
About to say, I know the last event that I came to, there was quite a few children in the crowd that was really getting into it.
Yeah, that's the future of the business right there, is each and every one of those fans.
All right, and what challenges are you looking for as general manager? Is there any new adventures that you want to take on?
Oh man, there's so many new adventures. I'm constantly looking to bring in new talent, guys and gals, I'm sorry, that maybe Indiana hasn't quite had the chance to get their eyes on yet. So I'm always looking for fresh talent. And of course, there's a list of guys that are hitting us up to come in. So it's a bit of a challenge there, not just to figure out where they fit in the locker room, but where where to fit them on the card. You've been to the shows, just
Hmm.
top to bottom, just great talent.
Oh yeah. Um, so I'm going to ask you like I asked a previous GM. So when you guys are booking your shows and making sure you got things together, how do you keep yourself organized?
Um, you know, the not to give anybody else away, but the other person involved with the booking is it seems like he shoulders it all because he knows exactly what he's doing. So it's not that hard. We just say, well, you know, these guys aren't getting along. Let's put them in the ring together and let them solve that. Or the fans really love wrestler A, and the other guy, I don't want to out him or anything, is just so good at knowing, hey, these two guys, whether we've seen them before or not, will put on a great show.
Right on. So when you guys are working together and creating your matches, do you feel you have the ability to articulate a vision and to get others to carry it out?
Um, yes, yes. Plus, we know when we want to use a guy. Let's take somebody like Jed, for example, that's so well rounded. You know who Jed is. So when I see somebody like that, I want to add him to the show. There's not too much on my part that I have to worry about because I know what he's going to do and how he's going to be in the ring when he comes in. Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
Yes. So when you were mentioning like whether, like each wrestler likes each other or they maybe they don't care for each other, um, have you ever had to like step in? Has anything ever gotten tense before? Have you ever had to worry about not booking somebody anymore? Or are they pretty good about um, working well, I guess, together in the ring?
Most of the guys and gals are professional. They may hate each other, but they're usually going to set it. I say usually because, fights break out or competition breaks out anywhere anymore, but they're usually really good about keeping it um, outside the curtain. They
Hmm.
understand when you're back in the curtain, there are other people that are trying to do other jobs. So they're pretty good about if you hate somebody, you just kind of stay over in your area and they stay in their area. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they sound like they're pretty good about keeping things civil
At
for the
least
most part.
until it's time to go out there and put on a show.
Okay. Um, as the GM, what is your greatest fear? Do you have any?
An empty building.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah, it's just not just me, just the GM. I end up being the face, but I know each and every person from the people at the door to the talent in the back to even the concession stand. They all work very hard to put this out there for the fans to enjoy. And the big fear would be there's no one enjoying it. And you've been to the shows. Luckily, we don't
Mhm.
have to worry about that at all.
No, you guys usually have a packed house, or every time I've went, it's been really full, which is
Yes.
great. All right. And then while you're doing your thing, like if you were given more initiatives than you could handle, how do you go about taking care of that? Do
Depends
you have
on
people?
what needs to be done. I
Okay.
could lean on one of our senior referees if need be. And there's a lot of people in that locker room that I know I can go up to and say, for example, Marge, who does our music, I know I can go up to her and say, Marge, I need this music played at this time, and she'll take care of it. That's the good thing about New Eras. We've all been working, not just in the ring, but like as a company together for so long that we all get along with each other. So it's real easy to say, hey, person, I need this done. And it gets done.
Right on. Now I know the last event that I appeared at, I showed up a little bit early and I seen that you guys had your new trainees working really hard in the ring. Um, so when it comes to working with like your potential new talent, like what traits do you guys look for?
I don't really get to work with the new talent. Damian Cole does most of that with the New Era Academy. I know he looks for like raw talent and coachability because you need to be able to, I don't want to say sound rude, but you need to just be able to shut up and listen. We all love wrestling, right? And there might be something in your mind where you think, yeah, I can do this, but you can't. That's what the training is there for, to show you how this is done.
Mhm. All right. And then I have a few fun questions. So who do you consider your hero?
In life or in the wrestling business or
Ooh, either or. I
mm,
guess wrestling since we're talking about wrestling.
maybe Paul Heyman. As I've
That's a good one.
grown myself in the business and learned more things and transitioning to more of a character, I draw a lot of inspiration from him just because he seems to have a real good mind for the business. And I like the way he carries himself. If he's needs to be snarky, he can do that. If he needs to be confident, he can do that. And in life, would have been my stepmother. Unfortunately, she's gone now, but she was such a
Mm,
wonderful person that the only way to carry on her legacy is to try to be as good of a person as she was.
yeah. Um, Paul Heyman, definitely a good one. I think he's one of the best mouthpieces in the WWE currently. And then I would also have to roll with like Bobby the Brain Heenan. I thought he was great at the way he could work a crowd with what he was doing. So that would be
Oh
another
man,
favorite.
I love
Um,
Bobby Heenan.
I
There's a
I
lot of
love
guys
his
in the
work.
ring too that I just marvel at the things they can do. Uh, Guys like Seth Rollins are on a whole different level. I'm
Oh
a
yeah.
fan of CM Punk. I know a lot of people can go either way with him, but
Honestly, I'm kind of fascinated about how he can just so easily bring the controversy. I'm fascinated by it. I think that's kind of cool to a degree. Makes him very different in those pipe bombs. Oh my God.
right. Well, he added a little bit of, oh, I don't know, maybe street. I don't like to say realism, but he added something, especially in the WWE with that pipe bomb promo. He
Mhm.
added a little bit of reality into what was almost a cartoonish world. And
I
that's
can
what
agree
people
with
want
that.
to see.
See, I like CM Punk's a good one. I always thought Chris Jericho was a really good one. I always thought Shawn Michaels was really good at storytelling. I think
Oh,
if he
man.
could still go, he would still be amazing at storytelling and the way he takes bumps, like phenomenal. Still one of my top faves.
Tell you my
Um,
absolute favorite right now. I love Danhausen. I love everything about Danhausen's gimmick. It just cracks me up.
I don't know. I haven't actually watched AEW in a hot minute, so I'm gonna actually have to go back and watch him because it's been a little bit. I do know that I peeked in and seen where they were doing Jericho against Sting, and in my heart, I wish it was like 20 years ago when they did this, but
Oh
nonetheless,
man.
it was still kind of cool to see them.
Yeah, it was. I'm a big fan of both of those guys, Sting and Chris Jericho.
All right. Another fun question. How do you think your colleagues would describe you?
I don't know. It depends. I try to be straightforward and dependable, somebody that can show up and do exactly what's asked. That seems like something you have to ask many of them because I just try to do the best I can and I hope that happens.
Mhm. Now, I may have asked you this in a previous interview, but I'm not for sure. But I always get fun answers with this one too. So if you had a warning label, what would it say?
If I had a warning label,
Yeah.
caution, doesn't think before it speaks.
I was just telling somebody I interviewed that well, it didn't come quite out like that, but mine came out, caution big mouth, because sometimes I don't stop talking and it gets me in trouble.
I can be the same way.
All right. So, do you want to get any further information on your event coming up for anybody that would want to attend?
Yeah, it's this Saturday at the Boys Club in Shelbyville. Doors open at 6:30. The show will start at 7. Man, jump on our Facebook and check it out if you need to know the specific matches. But I can guarantee you, start to finish, you will be entertained.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm excited and I will be there like I
Of
always
course, you
am.
will be. I look forward to
So
seeing you
excited.
guys.
Hell yeah. All right. Is there anything you want to say to your fan base before we end this?
Same thing I say every time. Just thank you guys so much. Without the fans, there would be no me. There might still be a new era of wrestling because of all those awesome guys and gals behind the scenes. But I know without the fans, there'd be no me. So take that for what it's worth.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much for having another interview with me. I always enjoy talking to you, and I think we're going to end it there. Thank you so
Okay,
much,
thank you.
guys. Ah.